Hi. Well, because at least a couple of you showed an interest in this thing that I'm going through, I wanted to give you a day by day account of the things that happen as far as I can remember, and I've actually logged them on a period app because they let you log all your symptoms. And if you can hear my throat, I sound a little hoarse. That's part of it, unfortunately. So, this all started when I got the Mirena removed on January 21st. Not 24 hours later, I had the worst panic attack of my life. And I mean, of my life. You know how they say you feel like you're going to die? That's what it felt like. I don't think in all of the years that I've suffered anxiety and through a couple of bouts of depression that I've ever experienced an anxiety attack that bad. I mean, I felt like I was going to pull my hair out because it was a combination of anger, of worry, of sadness, of freaking out, and just doom, and in that intensity all at once. So it was the anger part of not being able to control myself that I wanted to pull my hair out. And I remember it was on a full moon. I think it was a full moon. So I didn't log anything all the way up until February 5th because I was couch ridden. I couldn't get off the couch. I would try to get up and get around, and all I would do was shake and tremor and want to collapse. Okay? And initially the symptoms kind of wavered, and I actually started this when I was closer, I guess you could say, to an ovulation. So the symptoms were not even that bad initially. It was when my body was getting ready to have its first normal or pseudo, and then after that, normal menstruation. Here, for the guys watching, you can click off. This is women issues. Okay, so January 21st. Then February 5th is I logged something. I logged obsessive thoughts, anxious, very self-critical, insomnia, fatigue, backache. There was spotting, and I just logged it as a disease or an injury. So these first few are just going to be symptoms only. Then I'm going to start getting into when I started writing stuff down. So the 6th of February, spotting. Now this is the breakthrough bleeding. This is not a real period. This is just the body getting rid of whatever was already built up. Then February 7th, spotting. So the spotting lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. I think it lasted about 5 days. February 8th, spotting. I logged it as calm for that day. February 9th, calm, spotting, and that's all I logged. February 10th, spotting. Symptoms seem normal. I was anxious. February 11th, fatigue, insomnia, constipation, spotting, and anxious. You're going to hear me say anxious every day. February 12th, we have anxious. February 12th, broke out in a rash on my back and itching on my wrists and aches in my shoulders and elbows. This was the first time that I was getting the joint pain. And the rash I now figured out was produced when I'm producing progesterone, meaning like the pimples that you get before a period, it was like that, but like times 100, because these were like 3 different types of pimples. These were a regular type of pimple where white junk comes out. It was a hard red lump that felt like a mosquito bite but firm. And then there was a pimple that was like just clear fluid. So all 3 different types, all over my neck, all over the top of my back and my shoulders, and some of it even into my chest. And man, I did my research. I was convinced that I had a food allergy at this point. So this is where the not eating comes in, because I'm convinced that I have a food allergy. Because nobody gives us answers to this thing. But let me tell you that some women were researching this and they think that they had a histamine intolerance just out of nowhere because of trauma to the body, you know, like I was just explaining. When trauma happens to the body, it freaks out and starts developing these issues. But quite a few women found out that it was progesterone related dermatitis, meaning that when the body's releasing progesterone, these pimples would pop up. Okay? So in some women, it did end up being a histamine intolerance, but a lot of those women reported that they had a histamine intolerance prior to the Mirena. And then some reported that if they did, they didn't notice it until they removed the Mirena. So February 13th, we have, and remember, these days are going by like eternities. Mood swings, sad. Fatigue, backache. That's why I was sad. My cat died that day. He got hit by a car. Sweetest cat in the world, too. But he insisted on being an outdoor cat. He refused to stay inside. February 14th. Happy. Had a headache, a backache. And probably when I say backache, I'm talking about this pain that I get on my right back lower side, that has been looked into and no issues have popped up. I just get it when I'm like constipated. It's like the poop is pushing on a nerve or something. I don't know how to explain it. So that pain's pretty much been consistent. February 15th. This is when a normal period starts. We have apparently no emotions. Constipation, spotting, red blood midday. So meaning like a regular period started the middle of the day. February 16th. It says calm, acne, backache, fatigue, insomnia, and constipation. Red blood and having to wear a pad, because I haven't had to wear one in like 2 years. February 17th. Let me see. Anxious, obsessive thoughts, headache, acne, backache, fatigue, stress. February 18th. This was the last day of that period. Mood swings, anxious, obsessive thoughts, very self-critical, spotting. February 19th, the period's officially over. We have anxious, acne, backache, fatigue, insomnia, constipation, blood in stools. Mind you, I think that I have a food allergy, so sorry, I've been picking at my lips. So I'm pretty much just drinking these, eating bananas, apples, um, water, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, that's all I could find it in me to eat because I thought that I was allergic to everything. Oh, I also ate potatoes because potatoes are low in histamine. That was pretty much my saving grace for carbs at that moment. You know, like I had lost in that first month or so, first couple of months, I lost 15 pounds just from not eating. And as you can see, I gained it back. February 20th. Oh, and mind you, let me keep this in there as well. I'm not sleeping at night. I'm trying Xanax one night, Trazodone another night, or a couple of nights actually with Trazodone, GABA, which is a GABA supplement that comes with other sleeping aids like L-theanine. I'm trying painkillers. I'm trying antihistamines. And I'm also, dabbling with antihistamines for other reasons because I think that I have a food allergy based off of histamine, simply because I read it online. And it's confusing because there is no support for this. And I've tried painkillers in combination with antihistamines. And then finally I got to temazepam. And temazepam is not something that I want to be on. But it was the only thing that really worked. Excuse me, besides the Trazodone. The Trazodone left me groggy all freaking day. The temazepam did initially when I was prescribed 30 milligrams and I could not stand the dizziness. So I asked my doctor to knock it down to 15 milligrams, which is half the dose. And finally, I'll get to that, in here. Hopefully, I think I logged it. But finally, I started to have like a regular night's sleep. And that's when things started to kind of get better. Oddly enough, I did it around the time that I did like a spiritual cleansing. So I kind of calculated all of them together. See, so like February 20th, I got 4 hours and 10 minutes of sleep sporadically. That means that I was sleeping like an hour and a half, then waking up with my chest burning because I'm not eating, the acids overflowing in my stomach, and the stress and anxiety make the stomach gases and acids worse. And the insomnia is fueled by anxiety. So combine all of that together for like 3 solid weeks. Yeah, you feel like your nerves are on fire. On your chest, on your shoulders, and your back. It extends out to your arms. All of this is on fire all the time. And because you have a lack of sleep, and because you're not eating right, you're not getting the adequate nutrients, and because you're at a stressed out level constantly, you're exhausted. And then when you don't get any sleep, it's like a cycle. And nobody gets it. I mean, nobody understands. Like me, when I get extra anxious, I start having like tremors. My whole body will shake. So you're just there shaking with your teeth chattering, and you're exhausted, and you're in pain, and you're hungry, and your hormones are all out of whack, and you don't know what's going on, and nobody can give you support, and they just want to give you, it's fine, like I get it. They want to help you, but giving you pills to mask the symptoms is not going to fix the problem. So you're masking the symptoms, but you still have the underlying problem, And then a lot of these women will get on antidepressants, and they'll get on anti-anxieties, and they'll be okay, and they'll be stable, but they won't be fixing the underlying issue. So when they get accustomed to those pills and those pills start to wear off, all the symptoms come crawling back, So then they're like, oh crap, it's coming back again. It's like, actually, no, it just never left. You just kept covering it. So you never actually healed it. You just kept covering it. You never allowed your body to heal from it. And I know I'm going off on tangents, but I'm just passionate about it because this is what I'm obsessing over, because this is what I'm currently going through. And you know, some women have had their thyroids removed, some of them have had their uterus removed, some have permanent issues now that they can't get rid of, that they're stuck with for the rest of their life, which I'm hoping is not the case. Some women have, you know, like brain issues now, like they have brain trauma because of the chemical imbalance, and you wouldn't figure that it could happen, but hormones control a lot. You know, some women, I mean, they just don't get over it. They've gotten cancers because of this, and they don't warn you about this. They warn you about the potential for emotional mood swings, for strokes if you smoke, you know, for heart issues. They warn you about acne. They warn you about irregular periods, stuff like that, but they don't tell you about everything else that could potentially happen, you know? So, anyway, moving on. So yeah, I have no freaking sleep. I think I have a food allergy. And I'm not eating, and my stomach is constantly hurting, my chest is constantly burning, my joints are now aching all the time, and then everybody wonders why I'm not getting off the couch. Because I can't. So it says February 20th. My husband was adamant on trying to get nutrients in me, so he made me ground beef with shells. And I was like, I can't eat it. For one, I thought I was allergic to the wheat in the shells, and two, I know for a fact that I'm allergic to beef. Not like 100%, but like 50%, where it'll give me like the sulfur burps and make me like bloated and gassy and stuff, and give me heartburn, really bad heartburn. So 2 things that I feel I shouldn't eat, but I ate them anyway to appease him. Ate beef and shells yesterday with no sleeping pill, and woke up with chest burning, achy joints, hot and cold flashes, and sulfur burps and gas. Took Rolaids and eventually got another hour of sleep, but with aching and joint pain. So let me tell you something about Rolaids. The Rolaids with the gas relief have magnesium and calcium. Well, magnesium has been shown to help with stress. It's so weird, but it does. And it helps with like muscle tension, like easing the muscle tension, muscle aches. I'm not a scientist or a doctor or a health technician or anything, but if you want to look into it, look into the benefits of magnesium. Now, magnesium is one of those things that you cannot overdo, because you can develop a toxicity if you overdo it. But if you stick within the daily recommended of amount, I think it's like 230 milligrams for women and a little bit more for men. I would take like a half a magnesium pill and I'd automatically get calm. It was the weirdest thing, you know, and it's only temporary. It only lasts a few hours, but it's so strange. And a lot of times with autoimmune disorders, some of those autoimmune disorders make you lack, or they make your body not absorb certain nutrients. I think potassium being one of them. But anyway, during this time, when I was eating nothing but fruit, I was also, something that I didn't log on here, having issues with numbness on the side of my cheek and my lips and my tongue. And I would get it at random moments. And the first time I got it, I'm no stranger to nerve pain, you know, and nerve issues. So the first time I got it, I went to my sister's house and I got a massage machine that massages the sides of her neck, kind of like shiatsu. And I noticed that after doing that the pain would kind of dissipate. And the more I would move my neck around, or if I laid my head completely flat, that it would go away. So I was like, see, it's a pinched nerve from tension, you know, from muscle tension, from the anxiety. That's got to be what it is. But then it started happening after I would eat bananas. And I was like, bananas are high histamine. Maybe it really is a food allergy. So back and forth, when you're dealing with an anxiety disorder, there's all these potentials for failure, you know? And so the bananas were the thing that I was eating the most. And people were telling me, why are you eating like 3 or 4 bananas a day? And I'm like, because it helps with the anxiety. They're like, you're not supposed to be eating that much. It's got too much potassium, too much, whatever. And I'm like, it's helping me. And then it started to get to the point to where I was afraid to eat them. And because I'd start getting that lip numbness and tingling and on the tip of my tongue. But then I also noticed that I was getting it at other times. So then I was like, well, maybe. And then one day I was just like, F it. I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat. I'm starving. I'm weak. I'm frail. I'm fragile, and I shouldn't be this way. And everybody's telling me that it's all in my head. It's like my favorite thing to hear. It's all in your head. Yeah, the chemicals are all in your head and in your throat, apparently. And in your uterus and in your ovaries, It's like, yeah, it is in your head, obviously. I hate it when people say that. It's all in your head. Yeah, physically it is. So, anyway, I start to eat the bananas, and I start to notice that it doesn't always happen at this point now. It's not correlated with what I'm eating. It's correlated with my posture or correlated with muscle tension or something, And then I remember, God damn, dude, that's why I'm making a video about this, because I'm just getting all of the events that happened. They're just all scrambled because I didn't write them all down. When this tension started happening, I went to a chiropractor, and he cracked me good, man. And I think that he cracked something to the point to where I was having to recover from a pinched nerve. And it can happen. With a chiropractor, it can happen. And I hadn't been adjusted in so long that it was like you could hear my bones cracking from outside the room, especially my neck, because I slouch a lot, because I'm tired all the time, because I'm overworked all the time. Okay, so it's like a downhill battle. So there's that. So other people have reported the nerve thing, and they're like, ended up being a tumor and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, the group that I was a part of, that I had joined, that I was reading all these things, I was like, I can't do this anymore, guys. Like, I know that it doesn't matter and I'm nobody, but I'm going to take my leave. Thank you for helping me with all you've helped me with, but I just cannot read these fucking horror stories anymore. They're making my anxiety worse, and I hope you all, every single one of you, heal from this, but I just can't deal with the horror stories anymore. I got my information. I'm good, So as we continue, February 21st. Don't worry, we only have one more month. Mood swings, irritated, sad, anxious, fatigue, backache, stress. Woke up anxiety-ridden and alone. Had to talk to friends for a couple hours about foods to eat in order to calm down. Although tired, I got things done today. Came to my sister's to stay the night. I did drink Gatorade, Premier Protein, without issues. Oatmeal bars and Nilla wafers made my lips tingle a little. Potato sticks in a can were okay. See, this was the day where I was like, enough is enough. I'm going to eat what I want. So, February 22nd. It says, obsessive thoughts and very self-critical, backache, neck ache from back spasm on the left shoulder blade. Oh, and those have been consistent. The spasms in my back, because of the tension, they're consistent. Muscle weakness as usual since all this started. Heartburn, grogginess from the pill, and general anxiousness. So this is 1 week after a period. So hormones should be shifting at this point. February 23rd. And see, this is how this app works. Come on. Show it. Let me lower the brightness. Maybe you'll be able to see it. There we go. See, it gives you a list of things to pick from, like sleep, weight. These are your emotions. and see the ones that I've checked. These are bodily issues like constipation, insomnia, and stuff like that. This is, of course, vaginal discharge. It's important if you're tracking ovulation and tracking if you want to get pregnant. So, and then this is where you log your stuff down here. So when I'm saying issues, it's because these are the ones that I checked. Now, granted, it only gives you so many options, and there are some on there that don't correlate. So anyway, let me turn up the brightness again. February 24th. Okay, well, apparently I'm feeling better. It's February 24th. Frisky. Mood swings. Acne, backache, fatigue. And then anxiety in the morning, weakness in muscles and soreness in joints, but closer to noon started to feel better. Note to take 1 Rolade before bed to help with nighttime heartburn. Duh. February 25th. See, getting closer to ovulation. Getting closer to ovulation, I start to feel more relaxed and start to feel better, which is the total opposite of what estrogen, a dominant estrogen, is supposed to do. So anyway, I think that the reason that's happening is because there's less chemical being produced, less fake progesterone is being released into my body. So I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but this is basically how Mirena works. Mirena is fake progesterone. And you're being released fake progesterone all the time. So you're basically getting Plan B twice a day. Progesterone makes it to where the lining of the uterus becomes thick, and progesterone also helps to flush out the body with the lining of the uterus. And it's also perceived to be like the cool chemical, like you feel really calm and cool and chill with progesterone, as opposed to with estrogen where you get all freaked out and frazzled and emotional and stuff. Apparently not the case with me. 26th. We have tender boobs, nausea, constipation. Now, when I say nausea, I probably puked from the stress. Woke up a little anxious and had to breathe through it. Wrists hurt a little. Back hurts a little. Muscles a little shaky. A little bloated because I ate so much yesterday. Breakout on my face and not sure if it's pimple or that rash. But the rash is lessening but still popping up on my neck, scalp, and back with hard, big mosquito bite-sized lumps on random spots, as well as little flea bite-sized bumps that get a little black dot a day later when they go down, when they dry up. Still not sure if it's from food, high histamine associated with estrogen, or progesterone dermatitis. Energy levels are up. February 26th. February 27th. High sex drive. Anxious, obsessive thoughts. Tender boobs, headache. Insomnia, constipation. As always, intense dreams, waking up anxious. I feel energy levels are dropping a little. February 28th. Calm. Tender boobs, headache. Bloating, cravings, constipation. Hungry and energetic. I feel warmer. Might be ovulation or attempted ovulation. March 1st. See, I'm already getting tired. Calm. Tender boobs. Constipation. I didn't write anything. March 2nd. Calm. Anxious. Tender boobs. Constipation. Got mildly shaky muscles and mildly dizzy and mildly anxious after drinking green tea. March 3rd. Sore boobs, dizziness a little, muscle weakness a little, and big appetite. I'm just going to start reading what I wrote. I'll spare you the other bodily things. March 4th. Tried sleeping without temazepam and got erratic 4 hours. Better than the 2 hours I was getting last month. Getting random pimples and anxiety and muscle weakness. Craving carbs intensely. March 5th. Boobs are less sensitive. Had way more energy today. Walked 2.5 miles. Got a lot done. Felt great. Got better sleep. March 6th. Very energetic. In a good mood. March 7th. Anxious again. Shaky muscles, bad dreams, got chased by a dog at the park. March 8th. Bad dreams. Energetic. And bloating. March 9th. Insomnia, bloating. Didn't sleep but a couple hours and joints kind of hurt and legs feel burny in places like nerve pain. But I did go walking 2 days ago. Anxiety after eating a huge taco and wanting to go into a food coma. So we eat tacos. We get gas station tacos, and a lot of times we joke about how the tacos were so filling that we go into like a food coma afterward, and we take like a mid-morning nap. So that happened, and my anxiety woke me up. Wanting to go cry because of this. 8 Rolaids and anxiety subsided. Shaky and head fog. Had bad nap dream about my sister. March 10th. Decreased appetite. March 11th. Made myself anxious after seeing my sleep cycle, but my watch just messed up. So I tracked my sleep with my watch, and because it didn't read anything, I freaked out. Weak muscles by the joints and sore shoulders. Crying spells. Decreased appetite. Slight momentary numbness of outer lower lip and chin and tongue. Nowhere near last month. Heartburn from food. Decreased appetite. March 12th. Heartburn. Forgot to take pill at 12, so insomnia. Took pill at 2:30. Joint pain and muscle weakness. My son was awake at 2 a.m. Bad dreams. Anxiety. Decreased appetite. March 13th. Cycle day 1. Joint pain in the morning, bad dreams, a little teeth chattering, nothing major, and heartburn from yesterday. Decreased appetite. So like I said, I get tremors when I get anxiety, so I was like, March 14th. Thanks to paranoia, I didn't sleep well with a new pill and got heartburn and joints flared up. Bleeding started, anxiety ridden all day with 1 nap. Cold feet, decreased appetite. Yeah, because I forgot to log that the month prior I was getting cold hands and feet, which is symptomatic of a thyroid issue. Fucking hate just saying it. Burning joints, March 15th, burning joints, shaky muscles, low appetite, anxiety, dizziness, imbalance, overstimulated in morning and better throughout the day. March 16th, woke up anxious, less muscle aches and shakes, not much appetite, sad and crying and clingy with my husband. March 17th, which is my last cycle day, woke up shaky and nervous. My husband's at work. Weak, shaky muscles, and got the shakes, and went to Brownsville, local city, shopping, and felt weak the entire time. Went to my mom's and ate a banana and got the bit of tingling in my mouth like acidic. Got random nervous bits at mind and had to walk around, gagging to throw up. It's because of the anxiety. And because I wasn't eating right. I know that now. March 18th. No sleep and shakes all night. I wrote no sleep again. No sleep. Went to the ER and all levels are fine. To follow up with primary about autoimmune. COVID negative, flu negative, feel warm like hot flashes. Cold toes on occasion, threw up and gagged several times. This was because I went to my mom's and I didn't take my sleeping pill with me. So I was like, I can do it. I can sleep. I slept the night before. Nope. And it doesn't help that my mom's like a sporadic sleeper. She'll sleep for like an hour and then get up and go on her computer and then walk around the kitchen, you know, and stuff like that. And then she'll sleep for a little bit more and then walk around. So she was waking me up. And then, you know, my mom has lupus, so she takes a lot of pills. So I get paranoid that my son's going to get into her pills. So that keeps me awake. And it's just like, why didn't I just go home? Well, I didn't go home because with all of the emotional flare-ups, I was lonely and I wanted to be around somebody, you know, and my mom knows what these issues feel like. So even she was the one that prompted me to go to the ER because I was like, and I was like curling up to her legs, you know, like putting my head on there, trying to get some semblance of comfort because I'm a 39-year-old baby. And, oh man, I didn't even go on about that tangent. You should have seen. I was literally on my hands and knees crawling, praying by my altar and praying every chance I got, like just this morning. Praying as much as I can. And, you know, and I failed to notice that pretty much after my prayers, like half of my symptoms would dissipate. So anyway, March 20th, woke up anxious and joint pain, muscles shaking and still sleepy, so I slept another hour and a little better. It's cold outside, went shopping and felt upset body weakness. Shakiness and a little dizziness, a bit of anxiety, but otherwise okay. March 21st, woke up nervous from bad dreams at 5 a.m., on and off till 7:30. Joints stiff and hurting, nausea, I think from 3-day constipation. Gonna get that taken care of today. Did the dishes and it helped my arm joints, but legs are still weak, so gonna do some stretches. March 22nd, had 3 odd, ugly dreams. Woke up around 5 a.m., but went back to sleep and woke at around 7 a.m. Anxious and went back to sleep till 8 a.m. and woke up better. Was a little muscle shaky, but better than before. Normal appetite and increased during the day. A little anxious energy, like if I drank caffeine. Got a lot done. No joint pain throughout the day and minimal muscle shakiness. Mild dizziness might be from weather and a few minutes of that lip numbness, but I think it's from lower cervical posture when it's irritated. March 23rd. Regular dreams by 6 a.m., but woke up slightly nauseated with chest pain, so I ate a Rolaids. Then stressful dreams after 7 a.m. Shoulder aches, dizzy, might be from weather or sugar. 24th of March. Woke up slightly anxious, mediocre dreams, kind of hungry upon waking. Elbows aching, tired. Got the prenatal vitamin. Walked with my dog at the park a mile. Got heartburn from fried chicken after laying down after eating and a little of the lip numbness. Lump in my throat. Feeling, but likely is heartburn. Slight dizziness, slight pain in right side upper chest through to the back to the size of a quarter. So it was hurting here, and then it felt like it went through my body to the back of my shoulder. Get it occasionally. Feet from toes to a quarter up feel cold but aren't that cold. So that's all in one day. March 25th, neutral dreams, right arm and elbow ache, left shoulder a little anxious and waking, back right shoulder blade sore. Around 2 p.m. after a bit of Sprite, I got antsy and irritated and needed to go do chores and move around. I got snippy with everyone, and then I walked 3 miles with my sister. March 26th, slept good, a spasm on my ribs from painting the other day. Anxiety is barely there. Hard times staying awake after my husband woke up because it was 6 a.m. and I wanted to sleep till 8, but it was okay. Overall, great, stress-free, and busy day. Walking with my sister, decent appetite, came home with energy. So like I said, this is around the ovulation time that I feel better. Not the best, but better. March 27th. Slept good other than my son waking me up at 4 a.m. and got heartburn, so I took Rolaids, mild anxiousness because he startled me awake. Went back to bed okay. Keep forgetting those Rolaids, don't I? March 28th. Slept good, but my son interrupted at 4 a.m. and overall good day. No anxiety, no muscle weakness, no joint pain, good unhealthy appetite like normal, no heart racing. So my son wakes me up in the middle of the night because he hasn't gone potty during the day. He holds it in, and then it keeps him awake because he holds it in. He does this because he wants to avoid going to the bathroom because he's distracted doing other things. March 29th. Slept good, woke up energetic, decent dreams, great day, no pain, mild dizziness towards the end of the day. Boy, I want more March 29th days. March 30th. Feel good, but my son kept waking me up, and in the end, it was because he had to poop. Feel great, though. No aches or pains or ugliness. March 31st. Mild anxious pang in the bed in the morning. Side aches from constipation, but it's been aching for a week. I've had bowel movements, but they were hard. I'm dehydrated. Good day. Was a lazy shit and ate like shit and worked out half an hour. April 1st. Woke minutely anxious, but got up and it went away. Got a few dizzy moments at the end of the day, but nothing serious. A smidgen of muscle weakness and slight lip numbness. April 2nd. My son kept me up till 3, kept waking up, probably only slept like 2 or 3 hours, very irritated and yelling and nasty mood. Lip numb and kind of dizzy, but that's it. A little coldness on my hands and feet, but only for an hour when I wasn't moving. April 3rd. Irritated, but that's about it, plus the lip numbness is annoying. April 4th. Great day, no issues. Wow. April 5th. Great day, drank a lot of green tea, so I was hyper as AF. Hyper focused on soap making and other natural beauty making stuff. Lips got numb in the evening. I didn't log anything for April 6th because apparently it was feeling okay. April 7th. Good all day, chilled out, a smidgen of lip numb at the end of the day, and random dizzy spell, very gassy. April 8th. Drank a lot of green tea yesterday and didn't take a sleeping pill. Got anxious and didn't sleep much. Shoulder kept hurting and going numb, and my side of my back hurt from constipation. Super gassy all yesterday and last night. Chest got a little tight. Got about 4 hours of sporadic sleep. A little shaky in the joints and foggy most of the day from lack of sleep. Also runny nose in the morning. Elbows are kind of stiff and achy. Lip numb a little throughout the day. A little bit weepy. Took allergy pain relief pill and felt okay but still dizzy. Because I was thinking the dizziness was from sinus related stuff, but apparently not. Let me see. April 9th. Joint pain, anxious all night about getting my vaccine. Yeah, head fog this morning, vision kind of blurred, a little weepy. Got the shot, fuzzy, dizzy all day, random anxiety surge, felt minor but noticeable. It's like underlying anxiety, like right under the surface, like any little thing can trigger it. April 10th. Woke up, flared up, and joints killing me. Chest and back hurt, elbows and knees. Anxious and dizzy, weepy, little throat raspiness, like you hear right now. Fatigue, trying to be motivated, almost regular middle back right pressure from poop, but went away 'cause I pooped. Dizzy all day, even though I took Claritin. Don't know if it helped. It didn't. April 11th. Upon waking, arm still sore, right mid-back pain, anxious, dizzy still, head and neck and shoulder ache, decreased appetite, weepy, joint pain, bad, sad dreams. Later in the day, earwax removal and felt better throughout the day, but still random slight dizziness. Because we were thinking maybe I have too much earwax, the eustachian tubes and all the other stuff. Maybe that would alleviate some of the dizziness, and it sort of kind of did. April 12th. Bad dreams, elbows ache, nervous, very weak in the morning, like legs are gonna give out. Strength got better throughout the day, but underlying anxiety stayed. If I were distracted and not left to my own thoughts, I wouldn't notice it. Dizziness was not there, just sinus head pressure, I think. Yeah, because I got a headache from the weather. April 13th, woke up anxious, elbows, wrists, shoulders, and fingers aching. And I mean aching, like this hurt. Nervous, crying. Once 10 a.m. hit, I feel much better. Good day, I just kind of underlying anxious. Around 11 p.m., joints started aching a little, and between my shoulders feels like my nerves are crawling, and lips are a little tingly and numb. Okay, so yes, I was feeling this all this morning, all last night and yesterday, and since the 13th. It feels like my shoulders and my back have restless leg. That's the best way I can describe it. Like the feeling you get with restless leg, if you've ever had it before, that's what my shoulders and my back feel like. It's like in between pain and itchiness is the best I can describe it. So, yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. April 14th. Bad dreams, woke up anxious and right hand joints hurting. Chest tight, so I took Rolaids. Breathless after a meal and heart beating faster. I'm assuming from sugar from my smoothie. Yeah, I had too much sugar, and for some reason I never reacted like that to sugar before, but this time, yes. Didn't used to do that before, but noticing after a Sprite that will happen. Went on a small walk with my dog at the park and had to tell myself to breathe. Because the anxiety was surfacing and I felt like my heart was racing and heart palpitations, so I was like, just breathe. And then as I was listening to a radio, song came on. I think it's a Bush song. It's like, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. And I was like, that right there. So, April 15th, took 50 milligrams of CBD to sleep, and although it worked, I think it combined with the temazepam left over in my system and got me groggy as hell at 4 a.m., and then the panic set in, then the joint pain. Last night before bed, I felt amazing and calm and happy and no anxiety and no pain with the CBD, but I knew I'd feel it when I woke up. One of the side effects of temazepam is anxiety, the main one. Teeth chattering a little, decent dreams, dizzy all day from weather, because my husband feels it too, and tightness on the bottom of my neck, right here. Feels like my throat wants to close up. April 16th. Went to bed anxious and sleepy. Woke up at 4 a.m. with heartburn, chest tightness, and joint pain, all exacerbated by previous day's workout. We went to a carnival that exhausted my nerves, and I hardly ate anything yesterday. Slept on and off till 7 and wanted to cry. So I did as soon as my husband left. Still have joint swelling and pain, radiation down my calves, but I prayed for the anxiety to leave and it did. Thankfully, now just left with weakness and pain in joints and right low back, cold feet. So that's today. So I wonder if you saw a pattern there, or if you heard a pattern. The anxiety was always there, pretty much. The joint pain was always there, pretty much. And the sleep issues. Top 3. Right there. So were there things that I left out? Yeah, I'm sure I did. What you'll be told as a remedy for this is supplements and healthy eating. That's what you'll be told by a naturopathic or a nutritionist or a functional medicine doctor. That's what you'll be told. What you'll be told by a regular physician is anti-anxiety pills, antidepressants, get back on birth control, and probably see an endocrinologist or go see your OB. That's what you'll get told. What my searching online has shown, it's independent per person. Most women you'll see will recover from this within a few months. They'll start taking chasteberry, which helps with regulate hormones. They'll take supplements like a multivitamin, B vitamins, because it helps with nerves and tissues. They'll take magnesium. They'll take calcium, potassium. They'll take a lot of them are taking antihistamines, which makes no sense to me unless you actually know that you have an issue with histamine. And they're basically just taking like supplements to regulate hormones. And most of the women that I've seen on Facebook, on YouTube, say that they were fine after a few months, that everything was normal after anywhere from 3 to 6 months, things were normal. And I know that if you're watching this and you're going through it right now, that seems like an eternity, but hope for the best and take it day by day. And coming from somebody who doesn't like to really show emotion and doesn't like to cry and doesn't like to admit to a softer side, and I don't like to be one of those people that's kind of seen as weak. It's okay to cry. It's okay because it's a release. It helps you release tension. So do it. If you have the energy to do it, do it. It doesn't matter who's looking. It doesn't matter what people say, do it. And, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. If you know of breathing exercises, do them. Another thing, get your mind off of it if you can. Watch comedies. Watch things that distract you. If you have energy, exercise. If it doesn't hurt too much, exercise. Spend time, with your family if they don't stress you out. If you're into it, do meditation, yoga, go for a walk, distract yourself. Because more times than most, from what I've seen, this is just a waiting game. It's a waiting game, waiting for your body to start producing its own hormones again and not rely on the synthetic hormones that it originally had in your system. So it's just a matter of letting your body detox. And it sucks. Because, yes, there's a potential of symptoms staying and lasting. And it's very important that if you have the Mirena device in you already, that you pay attention to these things potentially popping up while you have it. And if you can, and you're having those symptoms, that's a pretty good indicator to take it out. There are other birth control methods out there. Now, I know that some of you watching this may not have taken it solely for birth control. You might have taken it because you have heavy periods, or because you have acne, or because you have PCOS, or other conditions. I'm just saying, if you can, take it out and figure something else out. Because women have had to die in the name of birth control. Men, no. Men, no. No men have died, from what I've seen, for a birth control trial. And why would they, right? So, yeah. Just a bunch of things to keep in mind. And this video is meant to inform people, and I know it's very long, but it's meant to inform people that this can happen to you. You may have had success with Mirena in the past. I did. I had it twice in the past. No issues that I remember. But for some reason this time around, I don't know if they changed the formula or if my chemistry changed or what. But, yep. It was bad this time around. Hey. Shh. So, shh. I said shh. So, yeah. Be warned that if you're already exuding those symptoms, may be time to take it out. And I know that some people say, well, it's expensive. It's $800 or wherever. Some people it costs like $1,000 to get it in there. And, you know, my physician won't take it out. Insist that they take it out. If you have to threaten them with a lawsuit, make them take it out. Some women have even taken it out themselves, but I do not recommend that. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic. Some women don't want to go in. They're like, it's as simple as pulling it out. Well, not really. You can hurt yourself. So, just, this shit can fuck you up, man. It can. And some people have had to deal with lasting effects. Like I said earlier, they've had to get their thyroid removed. They've gotten cancers. Get their uterus removed, ovaries removed. Had to have surgeries on their brain. You know, so think about all that before you think of the convenience of not having periods and you normally have like normal periods and you don't have anything really to complain about. Think about it. I should have never got it because there was nothing wrong with me. I thought that I could regulate my hormones by using it because I was trying to get pregnant for the past couple of years. And I also wanted to take it because I wouldn't have to have any periods. Yay. Look at the price I had to pay. So, yeah, I didn't originally want to share this with people because for the people that know who I am, like I don't know why, but I have people out there, you know, that don't like me very much. And, you know, it's because of my beliefs. And I didn't want to share this, but if this is going to help somebody, then I want people to know. And I know this is probably a long, boring video, but I wanted you to see every single day what I've been going through. And there are moments of hope, and I know and I hope for a future that hopefully all of this will get cleared up. But I'm going to start replacing the sleeping pill, the temazepam, because that's a benzo. I don't want to be on a benzo. I'm going to start replacing the temazepam with CBD. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that is enough to where I can sleep at night. I used to take it when I had the Mirena in and prior to that. And another thing I didn't realize was I was taking an energy pill every day, which is probably why I had sleep issues, and drinking copious amounts of green tea every day. Yeah, that's probably going to keep you awake at night. Even though the green tea I was drinking only had like 22 milligrams of caffeine per bottle, I was drinking like 8 bottles a day. Plus, I was taking a B-complex vitamin. That shit gives you energy. The caffeine gives you energy. So it's like, yeah, that's probably why I needed the CBD to begin with. But with me, the CBD kicked in like a couple hours later. And I was able to sleep until, like, I think I slept till 3. And that's when I would get up every single night, check the house, check on my son, check the doors, go to the bathroom. And then I was able to go back to sleep at like 3:30 or 4. Stay asleep till 6. And I would have, let me see, 3, maybe 6 hours of sleep a night. So 6 hours of sleep a night is pretty much what I'm used to. So right now that I'm getting 5.5, 6 is, I guess, normal for me. Some people, they can't function unless they get 8 to 10. And I'm like, I'm okay with maybe like 6. So, So yeah, I want to get off of the benzo and start using the CBD. And like I said, when I took it the other day, I felt phenomenal. Oh my God, the anxiety was gone. I was all hugging on my son and hugging on my husband, like, I feel so good, and I don't feel any joint pain. I don't feel any anxiety. I feel awesome. I was really chill, like mellow, but good, man. It felt like a good old fashioned dopamine release. That's what it felt like. And if you don't know what that is, dopamine's a feel good chemical. But yeah, so I'm going to try like half the dose tonight. I'm going to try 25 milligrams instead of the 50 that I did the other night and see if that works. If all else fails, I get another restless night with achy joints and anxiety in the morning and anxiety all throughout the day. But I try to think of it like this. At least throughout this entire experience, I realize I'm not allergic to any foods. That a lot of these things are fleeting and that they're getting better, and that I need to learn how to control the anxiety. Another thing I learned is that keeping busy and moving around does help. And that this is something that some women go through and they have to recover from, and general consensus says anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So I'm going to remain hopeful. And that's about it, because this is a long ass video. So thanks for watching. Thanks for paying attention. And I hope that if you're currently going through this, that you remain hopeful and that you gain the strength to be able to be proactive for yourself, because healthy eating and supplements are great and they're a good start and they're a great thing to do, but this is a time game. I think more times than most that this is just a detoxing type of thing. Your body has to naturally kind of do it. But if you start to notice that your body is not improving, then by all means, go see somebody. Go see a doctor or go see somebody if you're starting to notice other issues. Go see an endocrinologist or your gynecologist or just your general practitioner, and they can recommend you to somebody. Because this is not fun. I've had like 12 or so doctor's visits in the past 3 months, 2 ER trips, and 2 trips to the OB, and now I'm going to have a trip to the endocrinologist. Yeah. All money that a lot of us cannot afford to spend. And even I can't, but I had to go. So, thanks for watching, y'all. And I hope that your day gets better from here. I hope that answered a few questions. And I'm not a professional. I can't really answer questions for you, but I hope that gave you some peace and some insight. You 95% guaranteed you will be getting better. It's just a matter of time. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.